If your squats look anything like this, then stay with me because we're going to go through how to do a barbell squat.
Young gun, no one that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb.
So to begin with, we're going to be talking about the setup of the bar. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that the bar is in line with your shoulders. This is going to be the correct height for you to perform a barbell squat. For reference, I have mine at number 6, and this is the perfect height for me, and I am 5'8". Once we've got the correct bar height, we're then going to go in and load the bar. And I know it sounds like common sense, but make sure that the weights on both sides are even. And you also want to secure the bar with a clip. This is so that the weights don't move and they don't fall off the bar whilst performing the squat. So you should now have the barbell at shoulder height and the weights are secured and ready to go on to the next step. Hand placement on the bar is to your discretion, however I do prefer to have my hands in line with my shoulders. Next, we are going to take the barbell off the rack. So in order to do this, what you want to do is scoop underneath the bar, and this is where things get really important. We're going to be talking about the placement of the bar. You want to ensure the placement of the bar is on your back and not your neck. Ideally, the placement should be just above your traps. If the bar is on your neck, you can cause serious injury, and that's something that we don't want. So now we're going to lift the bar out, and you want to stand nice and tall and walk the bar out with 1 to 2 steps. From here, you're going to stand shoulder width apart, and you want to turn your toes out slightly, so your foot placement should look something like this. Now we're going to talk about our elbows, because naturally they want to flare out, but you need to ensure that your elbows are nice and tucked in line with your body. As a mental cue, think elbows to rib cage. Now for the squat, you want to take a deep breath into your belly, so essentially brace your core. Then you want to send your hips back and you want to keep your knees out, and you want to sit between your legs, keeping your chest upright and the bar just over your midfoot. Throughout the movement, you want to make sure that your core is constantly braced and you want to control the movement. So control the drop, don't just plummet down. And to drive back up, what you want to do is drive through your heels, not your toes, and you also want to lead with your chest. You want to make sure your knees don't cave in, so you want them out and you want to push straight up. So we're going to go ahead and pair everything that we've learnt so far. So you want to scoop underneath the bar, you want to make sure that the placement of the bar is just above your traps. You're going to walk it out, stand shoulder width apart, and turn your toes outwards, and you're going to brace your core, hinge at the hips, and you're going to descend. You're going to make sure that your knees are not caved in, and you're going to drive back up through your heels. Now let's talk about some of the common mistakes that are made when performing a squat. And I see quite a lot of people performing their squats with a butt wing. So a butt wing is when the pelvis starts rounding at the bottom of the squat. And the reason that you don't want to be doing this is because it can put extra stress on the lower back. It can also reduce power at the bottom of the squat and also increases the risk for irritation or injury over time, especially when you're squatting with heavy loads. Another mistake that I see is not hitting the depth, and this is totally fine if that's not what you're trying to do, but if you are trying to build your legs and your glutes, you don't want to be doing quarter or half squats, because doing these reduces the glute and quad activation, and this is just overall bad for full strength. So instead, what you want to do is lower the weight, improve your hip and ankle mobility, and practice proper depth. I'll be doing a video on how you can improve your mobility when performing back squats in my next video, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. So let's just do a quick recap of everything that we've went over today. So your setup cues, you should be standing shoulder width apart with your toes slightly outwards. You want to make sure that the bar is loaded evenly, and you want to put the bar on your back just above your traps and not on your neck. Remember, elbows to rib cage, and you want to take a deep breath in to brace your core. And when you descend, you want to push your hips back, knees out, not caving in, and you want to sit between your legs. You want to keep your chest upright, nice and proud, and you want the bar over your midfoot. To drive back up, you're going to drive through your heels and you're going to lead with your chest. Remember, knees out and push the bar straight up. I hope this video has been super helpful. Do let me know in the comments if there's any fix your form videos that you'd like to see, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye.